How you doing? Doing good? Fantastic. I'm very excited that you're here. Welcome back to my channel. We're just gonna sit down, do some makeup, have a little chat, talk about what's going on in life, and we're gonna play with some cranberries because it's fall and cranberries are always a fun color. And if you have blue eyes, let me tell you, cranberries are gonna be your best friends. So if that sounds interesting to you and maybe hearing an announcement, stay tuned. Let's get into it. All right, so I brought you guys in and I put all over my eye as my base the Revolution Pro Eye Elements Central, color Central, and eye primer. I also have Core, but I used it Central today because this is a little bit yellow tone and this one's a little bit more natural tone. But I put that all over my eye. Be careful when you go in because it's a pot concealer, so it can be a little bit less firm, so don't use too much. So for my eyes, I'm using my Laura Lee Cat's Pajamas palette, which you can't get anymore, and I'm devastated because if you can tell, it is very much loved, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm out of it, and she doesn't sell it anymore. So Miss Laura Lee, if you have any extras that you don't want, I want them because I love this palette so much, and I'm devastated that I'm hitting pan on so many and I can't get it anymore. So anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the color Okie Dokie, which is just that cream color, all over my eyes just to set that eye primer. Now, I know I'm using a palette that you can't get anymore, but cranberries are such a staple in the beauty community. So, you know, one palette that everyone raves about that I don't have, just because I have this one and I don't feel the need to go get that one, I might get it after I can't get this one anymore, is the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, just because it is such a staple and everyone loves it so much, and it's got a ton of cranberries in it. Like, it is literally everyone's favorite palette from ABH. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with a transition. I'm going in with a really light brown, on hers it's called Bomb Diggity. So if you have this palette, fantastic. I hope you love it as much as I do. Not everyone did when she first came out with it. There was some controversy and everyone was like, really? I love it. Now, it was one of my very first palettes that I ever bought for myself. I actually think this is the first palette that I bought for myself, and it's definitely the first influencer palette that I bought, or, you know, right when I was really getting into makeup again, like hardcore into makeup. There was this definite transition after I had my surgery where I just started watching YouTube and found Laura Lee. She was one of the very first ones that I found. And yeah, I just from there fell in love with her. I know she's had some scandals, but considering her scandal versus literally everyone else's scandals, you know, it's not that serious. You know, whether someone had, you know, she's had her scandals and she's dealt with them, and I think she's kind of stepped away from the beauty community just because it's getting, and not the whole beauty community, it's really not, but the ones that are at the top seem to be so vindictive, and I think she kind of saw that maybe coming out in herself a little bit and was like, oh, how about let's not. And I love watching that growth from her. Look at me, like, she's a little bit younger than me. That's not true. She's like 5 years younger than me or whatever. But I love watching her. And I even love her new content. I didn't think I would because I don't have a teenager and she does now. But I love watching her family too. Anyways, I digress. I love this palette. The Modern Renaissance is one that people love as well. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and really get the cranberry going. So I'm going in the color Kooky, which is one of my favorite colors of all time. And I'm just gonna kind of pat that in here, and then I'm gonna drag it more here so it's in the crease as well. And one thing that I struggle with is, because I'm older, is that shadows like to skip on me a lot. So I really have to be very, very strategic on where I hold my brushes. So I have to hold it here. And I know that's like you should hold it there anyways, but I have a very hard time of not holding it like a pencil and then be like, and that makes it skip so hard. So you want to have a very light hand, so holding it as far back as you can and still have control, especially with a blending brush, is going to help with that. So there's that. So I've just noticed that it doesn't skip nearly as much if I'm like this and I have a lighter hand. So my blending just looks better. That doesn't mean that there's no skip at all, but it skips a hell of a lot less because not only am I older, but I also have had weight loss surgery, and that has made some skin loose, and I didn't think it was a problem until I started to lose more, and I noticed that my eyes are becoming they just have a little bit more skin than even normal people my age. So just working with that. Now it's first world problems. I don't, regret having my surgery one bit. The only thing I regret about it is not doing it sooner, because it literally saved and changed my life. Seriously. So if anyone has any questions about that, by all means, down in the comments section. Okay, so how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing good. How are you doing? You in particular, because let's be honest, this has been a year. I think everyone's aware that it's been a year. Anyone who's been watching my channel knows that I've been struggling. I've been furloughed from my job, which I absolutely love my job, so I'm heartbroken, and it's really, really tough. It kind of, like, in my opinion, like, put a stop to my career for right now, because I can't show how I handle work in a pandemic, I guess. And it's rough. I'm not gonna lie. And I know that, everyone just kind of went through it at Disney because they did a bunch of layoffs, and trust me, some of my best friends got laid off. So, here's the thing. I don't know how you're feeling in this moment because I'm not you. However, I've been that person because I was laid off with JCPenney. I've been there, so I understand all the feelings that you're having. I don't have them right now, but I understand the feelings. And if you need to talk, or you need to go hit a ball, or you need to go hit something, or we need to go axe throwing, I am here for it. Just give me some time to save up some money. Anyways, so there it is. So I've got some friends who are struggling. All right, so now I'm gonna really deepen up that outer corner, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Quirky, which is kind of a shimmery, it's kind of a metallic, deep cranberry. So just gonna kind of do that in my outer corner. Now this look is something that if I just needed a go-to at work and I just needed something pretty quick, this is a look that I do all the time, so I can get this done really, really quickly. But I wanted to kind of walk everyone through it and how I achieve this look, because every time I wear this particular look, I get so many compliments, because especially if you have blue eyes, it just makes your eyes pop because you're using cranberries and then gold at the end. I'll show you guys kind of what I do. But this palette, I never really knew. I knew that Laura always used cranberries. That was kind of her thing. And I think Modern Renaissance had a lot to do with that. But I had never really experienced that, because really the only palette I had before this one was the Naked palette, which, again, blue eyes, browns and golds make it pop. Seriously. Absolutely make it pop. So that's also a thing. So anyways, so let's get back to kind of the, how you're doing, how I'm doing, what I'm doing, things like that. So yeah, I'm doing okay. Just got back, not just got back, but I got back from San Diego, South Dakota. Love South Dakota. Absolutely adore it. It is beautiful. And I'm going in, sorry, gonna stop this story real quick. Going in with a color called One Ear, and I'm actually going to wet this just a little bit, my brush just a little bit, so it makes this color pop. And this is definitely a super metallic cranberry. So I'm gonna put that in the middle. See how much that makes it pop, having it just a little bit damp. So what I did is I went on a part of the Beauty Blender that I'm not gonna be using today, and I kind of just dabbed it there because I wash them every time I use them. Anyway, so I'm doing that, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get the brush wet, a new brush, and I'm gonna dip it into called Scatterbrain. It's just a really light, sparkly, shimmery gold, and I'm gonna put that on my inner corner. So I'm not gonna walk you through that one. I'm gonna keep telling my story. So I was just in South Dakota, which is beautiful. Now I've driven through South Dakota when I drove down here with my cousin Sammy, but like we stopped at Wall Drugstore and that's about it. We didn't really like leave I-90, and if you just drive through South Dakota on I-90, you would never know. You would never know. We didn't have time to go to Mount Rushmore. We knew that, so we had no idea that Crazy Horse was there, or the Black Hills, or Needles, or even like the Badlands. But you can see them from the highway, but we weren't really paying attention that the Badlands were even there. But we didn't really have time because we had to make the drive from Spokane to Orlando in 4 days, which is 10-hour driving every single day. And we really wanted to stop if we were going to spend any extra time in Nashville. And that's what we did. And it was so wonderful. Anyways, but South Dakota, if you have a chance to go, go. Mount Rushmore is awesome, but it's not the coolest part of that area. I promise you, Needles is just wonderful. I did not go to Crazy Horse, simply because my boyfriend was not with us, and he is a huge history fan. And I love history too, but I tend to like European history more, and I'm getting more into American history, but even in like high school and stuff, it just didn't grab my attention the way that European history did, I guess. I think it's because it was a little bit more, I don't know, like medieval and romanticized, which is ridiculous, but it's fine. It is what it is. So I decided not to go there because I knew that he would really like that, and I wanted to be able to experience that with him. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and I'm going to clean up my eyes. So what I normally do, and I'm not going to show you guys on camera, is I've been getting a cotton round with micellar water and then just kind of going right here really gently and then going up straight so I get a clean line. So that's what I do, and then I'm going to bring you guys back, and we're going to pull out and do the face stuff. Okay. And we're back. So I did put some Laura Mercier on my face as a primer, and then I am using the Bye Bye foundation full coverage from It Cosmetics. It's a new shade that I've never tried before, so we're gonna do one pump, see how far that gets us, because I usually use Fair, and that's in the CC cream, and this one is in light medium, and everyone knows that when I use Fair, it's too light. So I'm really hoping that this is the correct match, simply because unlike before, I'm unable to even get a real match because I really don't want to go to Sephora as much anymore. I'm really trying to support Ulta as much as possible. Shh, don't tell anybody. I just really enjoy the fact that I can go and I can get that that product and then go get something from Revolution or Wet n Wild at the same time, or The Ordinary. I'm gonna try some Ordinary skincare as well. All right, so this is pretty good. It's a little light still, but that probably is just the lighting. It's making it look I look extra pasty in this lighting, just because, but it actually, if I'm not looking at it on camera, it's pretty darn close. I probably could have gone with medium, but I'm terrified of using medium. I just am. Now I'm using the first pump out of any foundation is usually pretty weak. So probably equivalent of 2 pumps on my face and neck, which is pretty good. The CC cream, however, covers like a mother. So there's that. But I just have this really red spot and I just want that covered. Ugh, I'm not a fan. I need to go back on keto because my redness goes away, my puffiness goes away, I lose weight, and I can still eat as much bacon as I want. Oh my God. Thomas DeLauer would watch this and go, no, you cannot. And I love Thomas DeLauer. I love watching him because he brings the science into it, but he's not like, he's fun to watch. I love Dr. Berg. He's very, very informational, but he's a little boring. Sorry. All right, and then for my concealer, I'm still trying to use up these. Just shows you how much product's actually in these, especially if you don't do like the full big triangle. So my Shape Tape, if that wasn't abundantly clear, that I'm using Shape Tape for my concealer. Anyways, so yeah, so South Dakota, holy cow, it's beautiful. Go, absolutely go. You might as well just tack it on to whatever Yellowstone trip you're gonna do. I didn't get to go to Yellowstone because I didn't want to be away from home and Chris that long, even though my parents were like, come home, come to Yellowstone with us. That just wasn't, I want to be able to go to Yellowstone with him, I think. So, because going to the Grand Canyon with him was so much fun. All right, so for my setting powder, I'm going to use Coty Airspun. It's not expensive. You can get it at Target. I'm using a fresh, not wet sponge, and I am literally just going to tap this, and I know it looks like I'm using a lot, and I'm just going to tap it real quick, get it to set, and then I'm going to brush it away like right away because I don't really want it to bake or anything. I just wanted it to set. So I'm just brushing away any excess. Okay. So, like I said, it's been rough for the Disney family this last like week and a half. It has. I've got friends who were let go. I've got friends who weren't. Luckily right now I am okay for right now, but I'm still furloughed, so I'm not really okay. I'm really not okay. Like, let's be honest. So I'm trying to, and unemployment's gonna run out, so that's fun. So what am I gonna do? So let's talk about this announcement, shall we? Since we're doing eyebrows, and who doesn't like to do, big announcements when you're doing probably the thing that affects your face the most when doing makeup. I'm not lying. Eyebrows can make or break your face. That sounds weird. That sounds weird the way that I said that, but it does. Like, you've got people who've got crazy eyebrows, right? Or like me, sometimes my eyebrows look like I can scare small children. Sometimes they're even, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not even cousins, right? You want them to be at least sisters, but sometimes they're not even cousins. They don't even live in the same state, although I don't live in the same state as any of my cousins. But you know what I mean, right? Sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's not. Let's see. Yeah, my eyebrows are not wanting to work today, but that's fine. I'm not gonna make a big makeup announcement or anything. Like, why would I do that when I'm not on point with my eyebrows? Why would that ever happen? Anyways, I'm not really picky with how my eyebrows look right now because I need to get tweezed. I mean, I am picky. I want them to look nice, but I'm not like, I'm using this tool because I don't mind if they're bigger and not as precise. They just are going to have that more, what's her name? Claire, what's her name? The one that played in Suicide Squad. She's got some eyebrows. I love it. Was it Brooke Shields that had the big eyebrows too? Two of the most beautiful women ever, and they had huge eyebrows. Love it. Anyways, we're gonna go with that. I'm good with that. Anyways, so yeah. What's the big announcement, Sarah? I'm rebranding. Yes, I am going to be rebranding as Sarah Ann MUA, and I'm going to wait for this to be up for 24 hours, and I'm going to change YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram. It's all going to change to Sarah Ann MUA, and the reason that I'm doing that is because I'm really going to put a little bit more of a press on kind of my makeup skill, my makeup career. So what does that mean? That means I am going to start really trying to do more makeup for other people. So some freelance work and see how that goes for me. We'll see. I've got a great kit. I've got a great way to carry stuff in. I've been watching all of the videos on how to sanitize my brushes, how to sanitize my kit and things like that. So everything's sanitary and wonderful. And I've asked a few of my friends if they will let me just practice on them. But I've done makeup before for other people and they've loved it. I just don't have pictures, and I hate that I don't have close-up pictures. My cousins Jesse and Sammy, I did their makeup for my sister-in-law's wedding. I did my own makeup for obviously my sister-in-law and brother's wedding. I've done a couple of people for their graduation photos. I actually do have one, and I'll pop her picture up here. She did say I could use that. So this is like the one picture that I have of doing someone's makeup. And so I really want to do that. So not only am I going to do freelance makeup, so if you want me to do your makeup, please contact me and we'll talk about what the prices are. I also want to do even some classes. So if you and a couple of people want to have me over, or maybe even come here, and at least for right now, like if we're actually friends, if you want me to come over and do like a class where we sit down and we sit down together and I show you how to do makeup on yourself, I also am willing to do that as well, because I want people to learn how to do it so they feel comfortable putting makeup on their skin and not fearing to look like Mimi from the Drew Carey Show, because I definitely had that fear. And sometimes I go a little ham when I am trying something new, but definitely the basics and color theory and things like that I can definitely help with. Of course, there are no rules to makeup. There's definitely a theory, and I'm stealing that from Robert Welsh. Thank you, Robert. There's definitely a theory to it. So you want to just have the basics, and then you go from there, right? You have the foundation, and then everyone has a foundation, and then you flourish from there. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm probably going to build a website, a Facebook page, but it's going to be Sarah Ann MUA. I asked a bunch of friends which one they liked better, and that one won. At first, the other one was pulling ahead real quick, but then the Sarah Ann MUA really started to take off. So I'm going to rebrand with that. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. I would love to do all of your makeup or teach you how to do makeup in person. It's a little bit different than YouTube. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and look forward to that and a little bit more announcements when I get the website up. Great. When I get a logo, Nicole, when I get a logo, that'll be part of the YouTube experience as well. So that's what I'm doing. That's the announcement. I'm very excited. So if you just stayed for that, you can be done, but I hope you're staying for longer. So Lord, I hope so. Okay, so I'm not really going to do anything crazy with my eyes from here on out. I'm going to just do, I'm going to do the waterline, and I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On in Smoke. And what I do is I go like this, and I kind of close my eyes and drag, close my eyes and drag. Nothing crazy. Okay. It's hard to talk and have a pencil so close to your eyeball. And so I just do that because it just adds a little bit more definition to my eye. Ooh, look at that eyebrow. Does not want to play nice. This is where I'm gonna let you in a little bit behind the scenes, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, Sarah, really? Oh, do I not have one? Anyways. Oh, it wasn't, it was an eyelash that got away. It's fine. Okay, so I just do that because you can see it just adds dimension and draws the eye, or your eye, closer to my eyes. So anyways, all right, so now we're gonna go in with bronzer, and I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury. I'm using some high-end products right today, but I don't have to. Like, I love my Wet n Wild, and I'm doing my forehead first so I can kind of, I don't know, see how bronzy I can get without looking crazy. But I love like Wet n Wild, and obviously I used Revolution for my primer on my eyes, but I just felt like being a little bit more bougie today. You know, you ever have that feeling, just being a little bit more bougie? And especially with the Charlotte Tilbury, I was not gonna get it. I really didn't need it. But now that I have it, I definitely needed it. I didn't need it. I did not need it. I love the Hoola bronzer, but I mean, I've used that for years and years and years and years. Not like that particular one, but that bronzer. And I felt like I just needed to try something new. And it's gorgeous. It's super luxe. Like, do I need something that looks like this? No. But do I want something that looks like this and it's beautiful and I can go, look how pretty it is? Absolutely. Does it matter to anyone but me? Not in the slightest. No one cares, Sarah. No one cares that you love your bronzing packaging. Nobody cares. But I care. It's beautiful. Because normally, I mean, packaging is important, but it's not like the end all be all, right? It's just not. Sorry. I'm way more functional. Packaging is important, right? If it doesn't have a strong enough magnet, then you're basically screwing yourself, right? Like, this palette has a pretty strong magnet, right? But it's not super strong that if you have like motor skill problems, you wouldn't be able to do it. You can pop it open really easy. You're good. I'm just trying to think. All of my palettes have a pretty solid magnet on. Okay, for my blush, Vanny MUA, Lunar Beauty, the Moon Prism Blush Palette. Obviously my favorite. It is in every single video. All right, so I'm gonna use, I think we're gonna go with Spacey, which is a little bit darker of a blush. But I want a little bit more drama on my cheeks. Not that you can see a ton of drama, because on camera, everything just gets washed out a little bit. It's okay. But if you saw me in person, or you go follow me on Instagram, you can see kind of the up close and personal pictures of it as well. So there's that. You can always go do that. I'll link it all down below. And then always when I do my makeup, I always do like 7 TikToks. So that's how you know Sarah's done her, she's done her makeup. She's gonna do like 7 TikToks. So anyways, for my highlighter, I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. It's the Sugar Glow Kit. What brush do I want to use? I got this new fluff brush from Five Below. It's Chic Pro. So I've been using these a lot. They're super soft. I don't know how high quality they are, but I like them, and they're less than $5 each. I love these. All right, I'm going in with the color Gumdrop. You can absolutely still get this. This one is very well loved. It's got a little glitter in it. Chris hates it when I use this color, but I love it. It's so pretty. It's just got this like duochrome finish, and it's a little purple, pink, brown. It's so pretty. I can't. It's so gorgeous. I know Chris hates when I wear it, but I don't really care. And then I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with Marshmallow, which is just a shimmery white, and just very lightly dusting it there. It doesn't look like I'm lightly dusting it because the light is like bam, but in person it's a light dusting. And then doing that as well. And it's got a little bit of a gold reflection into it, so I am going to use that in my inner corner as well. Okay, inner corner already done. Good, fantastic. Okay, so I really want to know what you guys think about this idea that I'm going to try and grow a business around doing makeup. And it's kind of just, it's not like, I don't expect this to be my all-time always career, but it's something that I really enjoy doing, and I want people to feel comfortable asking me to help them out and booking me. So I really want to put a more full court press on it, especially right now when I've got some time. I am looking for another job as well, but this is something that I love to do. I love to do makeup. And so I want to be able to do makeup for other people as well. So there's that. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. So I'm using the Monsieur Big on my lashes. I love this mascara. Again, I'm just feeling super bougie today. I'm sorry. But I love this mascara. I think it's worth it. Does that mean you can't get similar to the same effect with other mascaras? No, that doesn't mean that. This is just my favorite. I also really do love the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. It's wonderful as well if you want like a drugstore that does almost the exact same thing. I don't know. When I want to feel bougie, I want to feel bougie. And I don't want to go too ham because again, this is just kind of one of those looks that you can wear to work really anytime. It just is. It's wonderful. Okay. So there's that. And then we're going to go in with a classic. This is the Melted Matte by Too Faced. I know people have some issues with Too Faced. Listen, I love this lipstick. It's in Queen Bee, which is usually always sold out on Ulta.com, but you can usually get it in store, and you can definitely get it at Sephora. So just be aware that you can get this at both places. But if you like this color, I love this color because it's like your lips but better look. So yeah, also hard to talk and do this at the same time. And to finish it all off, wow, and to finish it all off, the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Probably too much, but I don't care. This stuff is magic. Ask anyone who's played softball with me, they know. Okay, look, now my hair is down. So this is the finished look. I really enjoy this. I'm very excited to start this new adventure. So if you guys are interested in me doing your makeup, if you live locally here in Orlando, please go ahead and contact me. I'm going to also leave my email down below if you would feel more comfortable contacting me privately through email. I'll probably end up switching over to that anyways if you do solicit some makeup services, for lack of a better term. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really, really love this palette, love this look. So Laura Lee, please send me more. Please tell me you have extra and that you have more and you want to send them to me because I love you so much and I love this palette. Please, please. Everyone just tag Laura Lee. Just tag her in everything in my Instagram and just be like, you need to go watch this video because Sarah loves your palette so much and it's her very first palette, so there it is. Anyways, I again hope you guys enjoyed this look, enjoyed knowing a little bit more about what's going on with me. Drive safe and make good choices. Bye guys.